Did you know that in 2011, junior officers at the U.S. Strategic Command outlined the Counter-Zombie Dominance Plan, or CONPLAN 8888? It was really going through all the different measures that the government would have to respond with if there were a zombie outbreak, not just of humans, but also of chickens. Watch out, Tim Pool, Chicken City is under attack. This is something that kind of dovetails into what we're seeing in the world right now with the pandemic. We're going to redefine what zombie truly means, and we're going to show you what the government really plans to do in case of some kind of zombie apocalypse, and also why they're not preparing for unicorn infestations. Smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, share the video out far and wide, and take this microdose of Halloween Infinity. Welcome back to Waking Infinity News. Halloween just last night. Went out trick-or-treating. I hope you all got as much candy as you possibly could. So much that you could create an entire new category of diabetes, but I don't want you to eat it. These are projectiles in the coming zombie apocalypse. We need to know what to do in case there is some kind of an outbreak, because if you remember, Event 201, funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they were talking about a coronavirus pandemic that spread across the world. And what do you know, in that very same month when gain-of-function research was being done at the Wuhan lab of virology, apparently there might have been a lab leak. There are actual sources that are now saying that. Credible sources have always been saying it, but now the sanctioned by authority sources are also saying gain-of-function research, yes. Lab leak, maybe. Okay, so now we need to worry about the zombie apocalypse. But why zombies? Why did the CDC decide to start talking about a potential zombie apocalypse? The zombie post, brainchild of David Daigle, marked the first time that the CDC used Facebook and Twitter to launch a preparedness campaign not tied or reacting to any specific disaster. So far, it's been a success. We have a great message here about preparedness, and I don't have to tell you that preparedness and public health are not the sexiest topics, but we posted it on Monday. By Wednesday, the server crashed with 30,000 views, which isn't really, that's not a good server if it crashes at 30,000 views. The zombie warning has seen triple the traffic a CDC preparedness warning typically gets over a 10-day span.
The CDC does not think that zombies are about to take over the earth, correct?
No, we do not.
Okay, pulling this directly from your website, it says once you've made your emergency kit, you should sit down with your family and come up with an emergency plan. This includes where you should go and who you would call if zombies started appearing outside your doorstep. You can also implement this plan if there is a flood, earthquake, or other emergency. This is just an attention grabber, and then they get the good information once they get there.
That was our goal.
Is that what it takes? Are we so immune and we just tune it out so much that it takes you to bring up zombies?
We don't know for sure, but we also knew that we would reach a new audience through the social media demographic, and that it has been astounding.
Now, the CDC's Director of the Office of Public Health Preparedness and Response, Dr. Ali Khan, notes, if you are generally well equipped to deal with a zombie apocalypse, you will be prepared for a hurricane, a pandemic, earthquake, or a terrorist attack. So this pretty much answers the question why we aren't talking about a unicorn infestation. Zombie apocalypse is something that would naturally cause people to run. Unless these were killer unicorns and they were spreading plague, then we'd probably have the same thing. But that hasn't been in Hollywood for years and years and years. So it makes sense, all right? Circa 2011, I was such a conspiracy theorist that I would say that the CDC knows something, and this is how they do it. They hide things in plain sight. They have to tell you their agenda, and what they really want is to take your children from you so they can do their sick sadistic rituals at Bohemian Grove. That was the old me, and as much as I don't believe that that stuff doesn't happen, I see things probably a little bit more like a realist now. Not a realist that does no research and just regurgitates what mainstream media would say. A realist that actually reads as much of the conspiracy theories as I possibly can. If you're only now coming to terms with gain-of-function research and possible lab leak hypothesis, you're about a year late. Now, a lot of ridiculous conspiracy was being talked about a year ago, but some of it is real. Now, isn't that what the mainstream media is? Why are people so willing to forgive CNN and Fox and MSNBC for all of the seemingly obvious lies, obvious trash, and obvious I'm going to keep my mouth shut until after the election type of stuff? Why are you so quick to forgive them? But when it comes to conspiracy theorists, the ones who are pretty much more localists and let's get our freedoms back and let's farm, like these are the dangerous ones. So if you think about it, the conspiracy theorists have been talking about all of this stuff all along. So this is why I research all that, because sometimes, yeah, you're going to get a turd in a punch bowl. It's going to ruin everything. You're going to have a Q, you're going to have a flat earth, which I at present do not believe that either of those are factual. I believe that they are intelligence agencies' ruses to get our minds to think that all conspiracy is that wacky. When in reality, a lot of conspiracy is wacky, but some of it is really, really important for you to know about. That's why I researched that. So what I'm saying is I do not believe that the CDC has some kind of plan, right, for a zombie apocalypse. I don't believe that they're actually going to wage the second wave of COVID-19. This will be the real one. So while we got all the conservatives thinking, oh, it's just a bad flu, then the real one comes and real zombies and the vaccines are the only things that save people, and Biden was right all along. I don't really believe any of these kinds of theories, which everything I told you are theories that I've heard. What I do feel is that if you've checked out Alison McDowell's work, wrenchingthegears.com, you'll realize that everything she talks about is source documented. It's from the horse's mouth, and it's talking about a future that is very, very obvious that we're stepping into. It is the future of zombies. No, it doesn't have to come from some pandemic. It's the disease of the mind. It's the idea that you can replace all of your biology with technology. You can get into this transhuman thing where your mind can be, and all your memories can be uploaded into some cloud-based server, and your body will never die because all you got to do is replace these technological parts. Biology is so passe, man. That's so back then. Get with the times, bro. You need the Neuralink. You need all this technology. And what's going to happen at that point? We know that you can suppress urges. You can replace memories with some of this technology. Facebook is already talking about having algorithms that predict what you're going to search for. They can read your mind. The brain-machine interfaces that are being talked about by the FDA now are in real time having to talk about whether it is right to be able to replace people's memories, or when you notice they're getting aroused by something, you can lower those natural impulses. Again, replacing biology with technology. Is this the future you want? Because if you see that there can be a good future with technology, then you're probably open-minded. If you believe that technology is going to be the Lord and Savior, our Jesus Christ, in technological form, then you are already relinquishing your soul. You're missing the gift that was given to you in this body. You're missing the fact that biology is beautiful and should not be replaced by technology. And all of the technology that is going up like gangbusters, mind you, all the 5G towers that went up during the COVID pandemic, this is not conducive to biological life. Just read a couple books on it. Don't be one of those that digs your head in the sand and just believes what the mainstream conventional news will tell you.
We must also work together to achieve important goals for the American people here at home. This work begins with keeping our economy growing. And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
It's all about consume, consume, consume. Isn't that what zombies did to begin with? Soulless creatures that roam the earth, consuming until everything is like one of us. That's the biggest problem. And if you can't see it, I'm sorry to say it in Halloween fashion, you are the zombie. Go over to benjosephstewart.com, check out the extended deeper dive I'm going to do today. I'm going to talk about the history of zombies, and I'm going to talk more about the transhuman agenda moving forward. I'll catch you all over there.